After spending 20 years in prison for the murder of a couple inside of their Camden County church, today Dennis Perry will be set free. Now, a judge granted his release at a bond hearing this morning, days after overturning his conviction after new DNA evidence came to light. First Coast News anchor Heather Crawford is in Nichols, Georgia, outside of the prison where he will be released today.
This is the day that Dennis Perry and his family have been waiting for 2 decades. The judge this morning granting Dennis Perry's release on his own recognizance, meaning he will not have to pay any bail money to get out of Coffee Correctional Facility. Now, that gate right there behind me, that is where he is expected to walk out sometime today into the arms of his family. Perry has always maintained his innocence ever since being arrested in 2000 for the 1985 murders of Harold and Thelma Swain, who were shot to death inside their small Camden County church. Now, Perry's release comes 6 days after a judge granted his request for a new trial based on new DNA evidence. Evidence Perry's legal team says exonerates him and points to another suspect. The Georgia Innocence Project releasing this statement today saying, "We are grateful that the court has ordered Dennis Perry's release, and we are thrilled to welcome Dennis Perry home to his family after 20 years spent wrongfully in prison for crimes he did not commit." It does not escape our attention, however, that Dennis is not yet truly free despite compelling evidence of innocence on top of clear constitutional violations. We hope that the Brunswick Judicial Circuit District Attorney's Office expeditiously decides to demonstrate accountability and do the right thing. Now, after that new DNA evidence came to light, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation reopened its case into the Swain murders in May. The Brunswick District Attorney plans to wait until that investigation is complete before determining its next steps. And I will be here today outside Coffee Correctional Facility waiting for Perry to be released. We will have more coverage coming up today starting at 5 on First Coast News. In Nichols, Georgia, Heather Crawford, First Coast News, on your side.